Top of the morning. We're live. This is Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsey. Of course, I'm here with Righteous Reg. Here to run down AEW Redemption, the first of its kind. I don't know. Could be the last of its kind,
I'm
given some of this
saying,
reception. But we'll get into that. How's your day going so far?
it's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcast, your favorite commentator. Feeling good. It is Monday morning. It was a much better week last week. So I'm coming into this one hoping for another one. And ending the week with this show, Phil, was interesting. I was watching it yesterday. And I was just like, oh, man, there's a show on right now. You know? There's a show on right now.
Yeah. This was an interesting show. Felt very much like a B-level pay-per-view from AEW ahead of its biggest show of the year.
That's what was confusing to me. I was like, is All
Yeah.
In next month? Like
Yes.
the Osprey and Mox entrance specifically, I was like, is All In next month? But we're gonna definitely get to that.
Yeah, this very much felt like a B-level pay-per-view, and I think because it felt that way and because some of this felt inconsequential, I think this would have been the pay-per-view to do shorter matches. This pay-per-view did need to be as long as it was for what it was.
Bro.
And I think that because it was so long, it kind of highlighted a lot of what was missing here. And we talked about how weird the build was to this show.
Yep.
And I think a lot of what was wrong with this build was on display on this pay-per-view. And I think one of the other big things here is you had a card with no Mercedes, no Hangman, no Swerve. And
No
I think no Max. I think some of the bigger stars were definitely missed here. And that definitely made this feel like a smaller pay-per-view compared to the other pay-per-views they've had this year. But
it felt like a Collision pay-per-view, honestly. I was like, this is Collision.
Yeah, and look, again, all of that wouldn't be an issue, but I think for me, some of these matches were way too long. I think if you cut some time off some of these matches, this would have been paced a lot better. But it just felt like some of the matches dragged on for too long.
Yeah, the middle part of this pay-per-view was like, oh my goodness, like no disrespect to anybody in the ring or what was happening. It was just like this. I kept being like, did this need to be on this show? It like, again, this could have been a Collision angle. This could have been something that happened somewhere else. It was just like they were doing matches for the sake of doing matches because this show was happening, you know, Phil. It didn't feel like we got this really important show and we got to push all these things. It was just like, we got a show on Sunday. Who's wrestling? Oh, you guys are wrestling. Go for it. Go 20 minutes still. It's like, wait, why are these guys going 20 minutes right now? Like, this isn't a 20-minute time like that. That's was a big part of it, was like, it's still super long. That was the funny part for me, Phil, is they were like, oh, Tony Khan's going to start the show an hour earlier. And I was like, that's not going to mean anything for anybody. That's just going to mean that he's going to add more wrestling. And it felt like he added more wrestling.
Yeah, and this was a 10-match card for the main card. I was surprised he only added one match to the buy-in.
Me too.
And for a 10-match card, like I said, you could have really cut some time off these matches and gave this a better pace. And this could have been over well before 11 o'clock my time.
I knew by the first two matches, it was 51 minutes. I was like, oh, that's not a good sign. Like, I was like, that's the first part of this is already long. That's not a good sign for the rest of it. And as the show was going on, I was like, nothing is feeling shorter. Everything feels like we're just having a regular AEW pay-per-view like they always do. And like, again, not mad because we know what the deal is, Phil. Tony likes, if it's a pay-per-view, if people are paying to see it and paying to come, he's going to give you your money's worth. But like, money's worth could be a different thing in different times.
Yeah, I think it's especially for this pay-per-view, you had the chance to do something different because you didn't have some of your bigger stars, and because this really felt like a B-level pay-per-view.
It's new.
And it was new. I think you could have done a more quick, a more succinct pay-per-view, and this would have worked. But we started with the trios match. Conglomeration took on the Lethal Twist for the AEW Trios Championship. Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly took on Jay Lethal, Blake Christian, and Lee Johnson. I really liked this match. I thought it was a ton of fun. And every time we get a match like this, I'm just like, yeah, trios wrestling is a lot of fun. If they used the trios division more on TV, man, and they did more stuff like this, man, we're cooking.
Right. Yeah. The heart and soul of what these championships are supposed to represent are never on display because they never have the trios championships in any kind of feud or anything of meaning besides like these three guys that you like have the championships. That's cool. But like the spirit of this company is the trios championships because every time they have one of these matches, it feels like PWG. This match felt like PWG. I'm like, everybody's cooking. Blake Christian and Lee Johnson were going insane. They were hitting some stuff. I was like, hey, this is hard. And like on the other side, conglomeration, Orange Cassidy still like if they tomorrow like came up with an angle and he was in the world title scene, people would be happy about it. Like that's how over this guy still is. And Kyle O'Reilly might be the best wrestler in the whole company, honestly. Feel like every time he does anything, I'm like, why is Kyle just like not the number one guy here?
Yeah. I really like this match. And I think, like you said, because Lethal Twist was so good in this match, I thought like Lee Johnson really looked great. Blake Christian, some of the crazy stuff he was pulling off in this match was fantastic. Wow. Every time I watch him now as a heel, I'm just like, why did the internet not like this guy at one point, man? He's like a video game wrestler. He was awesome, man. And like I thought the way that they built this up with the demand on commentary as well, they're clearly setting up something with the demand and the conglomeration later. But yeah, I really like this. My only real gripe about it is it's starting to feel more like to me they're stretching the Orange Cassidy stuff a bit thin. And I think Orange Cassidy is great. I think his character and everything is great. When you've got 5 guys doing the gimmick and the backpack thing, and this I'm gonna say this again later because I'll get to it. But when you've got a group of people doing the backpack thing, it kind of is a bit too much for me personally. Yeah. And I like everybody in this. I like the conglomeration as a group, but I feel like a lot of the backpack stuff is a bit cheesy.
We're gonna get to it later, for sure, on another backpack thing. But I totally feel you. Like the Orange Cassidy thing is so unique to him, and it hits so hard because he knows how to do it. So when everybody's doing it, it feels like a bit too much.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of overkill with some of the conglomeration stuff, personally.
Yeah,
but I do like them as a group. I do like them as a trio.
They're so good,
and they're great wrestlers. But yeah, some of the like the matching shirts and everything, I could take or leave it, man.
It's fun. The Tron is fun when they're good together. It's fun. It's all good time. But like these are some of the best wrestlers in the world, and I don't think they should be like. I don't want to say hidden away in this group, but maybe like figure out a different way to utilize them.
Yeah, but I thought that this was a good start of the night with the buy-in match. And then we opened the match with an excellent ladder match for the number 1 contendership for the AEW International Champion. We had Beast Mortos, El Clone, Commander, Shaq Perry, that guy, Nick Wayne.
That's Nick Wayne.
Home country favorite, Speedball Mike Bailey, all in the mix. I thought that this was a lot of fun. Great reaction to Speedball as we expected. Wow. He came out. He felt like a big deal. Very happy to see Beast Mortos and Commander back in the mix again. But more than anything, happy to see the young guy, Nick Wayne, back in the mix, man.
What a guy.
He was one of the MVPs of this match for me. I thought he was tremendous throughout. His theme music still hits. I know some people don't like it, man. Still a vibe, man. I was like, no, we're back, man. My guy is back on TV. Love to see it, man.
Yeah, you guys know how I feel about ladder matches. I was watching this like an old man yelling at clouds for sure. But there were so many fun moments in this that I was going crazy. Like immediately, I've seen Commander do this Wope Rock thing 450 times, not even a bit. I've
Bro.
seen him do it so many times. He hits it again last night through a table, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Still,
He did it twice. He did 2 rope walks in this match, and both of them were insane. I mean, the speed that he hits the
what?
rope walk on, and he's like perfectly balanced. I don't know how he does it. He the second time he did it with the rope walk, and then did that the spaceman plancha to the outside, just
How?
ridiculous. He was awesome in this match as well. But man, like I said, Nick Wayne,
Nick
buddy, some
Wayne.
of the big spots he hit in this, like his confidence in this match. I really liked the promo that he cut this week as well. I think he's gotten much better as a talker. But man, the in ring stuff as well. They've got a special young guy in Nick Wayne, man. He's eventually going to be a big asset for this company. I hope they know that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't if it's just me putting too much on the guy.
No,
Maybe
it's
it's that
not.
I missed him, but I thought he was hooping last night.
Yeah, no, it's not. You could feel it from the entrance, just like the look on his face of like, I don't care about nothing. It's me. And that's what pro wrestling is all
Yeah.
about. Going to Japan, getting able to cook in Best of Super Juniors, built a lot
Yes.
of confidence in this kid. And he came back like, let me show you guys. At one point, you guys, this guy hit a Phoenix splash off of a ladder through a table on the outside. And I'm yelling at the screen, yeah, what's going on? This is crazy, insane. And like ladder matches to me, I'm like, too much. It's a lot going on. But this was an all-star performance, like Phil is describing here on the show. Jack Perry, also just like, I'm coming for this. This is mine. Like, I don't care about who else is in this match. I'm a big star. I'm doing this here. Their interactions are great. I hope that they continue whatever feud that they have going forward. The most egregious thing I thought was there's a ladder at the top of the ramp for some reason, and then at one point they all go for it. Like the match is over, they forget about the match in the ring. Like they're supposed to get this contract that's up in the ring, and no, they forget about it. Let's all go get this big giant ladder for some reason at the same time, just so they could do spots. They do a commander does a big or who did the big flip? It wasn't Commander, because I was like, why isn't Commander doing the big flip? Mike Bailey did the big flip, and then Jack Perry also did a big flip, and I was just like, you guys, and that's kind of what a lot of the match was, and why I don't like ladder matches, because
Big spots. Get your
they're
spots
just
in.
big spots. When there's a point where all 6 of them are up on a ladder at the same time, and nobody's looking at the contract. They're all just trying to get their big spot. And I'm just like, you guys, this match is about a contract. I wish somebody would reach for it. And there were so many moments where they just were not reaching for it. And it was driving me crazy. But everybody was doing insane stuff. Beast Mortos moves so fast that sometimes the other guys are like, what's going on? And like, that's one of his best traits. He's legit wrestling's Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, he was great as well. Good. It was good to see him back. But yeah, there were definitely some moments where it was like, okay, table spot, okay, dive. And one of the more egregious moments that people have been talking about a lot is the Jack Perry spot onto the ladders, because he's right there. The clipboard to this number one contendership is literally hitting him in the face, and he's like, "Nope, gotta hit this big move on Nick Wayne," and it looked disgusting when he hit this move. I was like, "Oh no!"
Terrible.
The ladder had absolutely no give, and I was like, "Was it supposed to do that?" Because that looked crazy, and the way that Nick sold it, his facial expression afterwards was awesome. But I was like, that looked really dangerous.
He did.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, Canadian straight off the top of the ladder. Dangerous stuff. It looked as bad and as good as it could look. Like, yeah, that's as like you want it to land like that, but also, damn, you don't want it to land like that because Nick Wayne wiped out. But yeah, just so many moments that like that where it was like, wow, this is insane. The star of this match, as the crowd showed to everybody, though, Speedball Mike Bailey. Oh my goodness. I mean, for years, you guys, I've sung this guy's praises, person's praises across many podcasts, across many forums, and said how special Speedball is. And it was on display here. Like everything Speedball did in this match was on 100. All the spots were perfect. And anytime Speedball was on camera view and in view anywhere that the crowd could see. They were going absolutely nuts, Phil. I'm talking about yelling, screaming. People are jumping up and down. Like, we haven't seen a reaction like this in a while, especially like in AEW for like a crowd that's like, this is our guy. He's the one for us.
Yes. Yeah, he was great here. The finish to the match I really liked with Beast Mortos on the ladder, propped up in the corner. Um,
Oh God.
Speedball hit the big ultimate weapon on that, coming down, and then quickly set up a ladder, climbed up, and got the checkboard. He is now the number one contender for the international championship.
Let's go.
Really good opening match, I thought. You can have your criticisms of this style of wrestling and these kind of ladder matches, but I thought this was a lot of fun.
Car crash match is kind of what expected. When there's a 6-person ladder match, you know it's going to be destruction, and that's exactly what it is. But there were so many like mind-blowing spots in this that I forgot about it.
Yes. Then we had the Young Bucks versus the Death Riders. I thought that there were some good storytelling elements in here. More storytelling elements than I expected from this kind of match, a Young Bucks match. But I ended up really liking it. Not as much as I expected to, but like it had its moments where I was like, okay, they're definitely trying to lay in this story. The entrances was interesting. The Young Bucks came out, and then they did the Death Riders entrance, and this, I believe, was the first time that Will Ospreay came through the crowd
with them.
With Moxley. He is fully indoctrinated with the Death Riders, and when it was happening, I was like, oh, this means something, because I was like, he's fully bought in, but I was like, that's going to play into this match, because I do not think that that's long term, and I was right.
Immediately.
I was right.
The story that you told on the pod of you think that something's going to happen. I thought that was going to kind of develop over time, maybe before All In, but they started immediately getting to it. As it was going on, I was thinking, wait, All In is in a month. Ospreay's in the main event. Shouldn't we hear his music? Shouldn't we let them do the Ospreay? Like, what story are they trying to tell here by having him come out? It looked awkward, Phil, because like he's in his full garb. He has this thing. He's trying to like look under his hood and everything, and they're in the like Death Riders mode. They're punching the air and all this, and it was just like his robe like doesn't really look right, but it was a storytelling element leading to later in the show. So they all brought it back together, and it worked out. The match, of course, Young Bucks went crazy. They did. When they get into their storytelling bag, like I'm always a big fan of it because they add it into their 1,000 miles per hour style of match here. And they went with the Nick Jackson is concussed possibly story. So in a lot of the match, he's like selling and like doing things. And like a lot of the selling spots I thought were great. And like the Bucks and Ospreay together and a lot of the stuff, I was just like, wow. Like I've seen them do these things before, and it's still just like insane work here. Moxley in this whole thing, like Moxley, the Terminator, maybe is a way to describe him as. Is so funny, Phil. Like the point where the Young Bucks start going insane with the super kicks, and he comes back up like the Undertaker, and he flips them off. Like loved it. It made me very happy. But this was the beginning of too much Death Riders, and I'm a Death Riders fan, Phil. A big fan.
Yeah. I liked the way that the story played out from the entrance of this match to the end of the show. I thought it was smart to do the stuff with Ospreay, because when he does show up at All In next month and we hear Elevated, it's going to be a big moment. Hearing it in Wembley Stadium and not hearing it here, I think that was an intentional choice. It was definitely a risky choice, but I think that it's going to pay off. The match itself, we had early in the match, Ospreay and Nick Jackson collided head first, and Nick Jackson is loopy for the rest of the match. He's outside of the ring, and that's kind of the way that they use as a way to cut the ring in half without
Mhm.
doing the usual tag team dynamic. And I thought that that worked really well
It did.
because the Bucks are great at this kind of wrestling. Because again, they're a tag team; they're great at this, and um, taking Nick out early and giving the Death Riders the advantage, I thought that that worked really well. I thought the story they were trying to tell with Nick selling on the outside and Osprey's like, "What's going on? Are you okay?" And he's standing
Mhm.
out there looking at him, and he's trying to bring the ref over and going, "Hey, check on this guy." And then he gets in the ring, and Mox is like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, get to it." And so they're isolating Matt. Matt is fighting for his life in there. I think all of this stuff is great. When Nick finally does get back on the apron, Matt's getting over there to try to get the tag in. Moxley immediately pulls him off the apron,
Mhm.
hits him with a pile driver on the
Mhm.
ground outside, and Osprey's just looking around like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Get on this dude! Like, what are you doing? This is what I do. I see
Mox is
blood.
like, I got him, G.
I smell blood. That's what you're supposed to do. There's a weakness. I'm going to exploit it. What are you
Mhm.
waiting for? Get these dudes." And so that played out the rest of the match. Nick eventually gets back in action, comes in, House of Fire. Great comeback for him. Um, but again, that Moxley, he's gonna work the neck, he's gonna work the head because now he sees this as a weakness, and Osprey does not want to go along with this. He keeps showing you like, "Nah, I don't want to do this." I thought it was great that in the build up to this match, they had a bunch of the tag team matches on TV, so we saw their tandem offense, we saw how well they can work, and a lot
Mhm.
of that was on display here. I thought that Moxley and Osprey worked very well as a tag team. They also played up Osprey doing those shivs to the back of somebody's neck. We had that hilarious segment backstage where he's like right on the camera doing it for some reason. And so I thought immediately that played up here. He had Nick on the ground, had his foot on his back, and he's looking around like, "I don't want to do this." And it definitely felt like, "Hey man, you joined a gang. What did you think you do over here, bro? We banging. What you think this is, bro? You joined and you talking about I don't want to kill nobody, bro. We do drive-bys over here.
Yeah,
What you
that's what
think
I was
this
about to
is?"
say. Like, he's in the back of the car for the drive-by, and he's like, I don't know if I could do this, guys. And they're like, we're doing the drive-by, though. What do you
Bro,
mean you
nah,
don't
ain't
know?
nobody trying to hear that. He trying to hit the Cuba good and let me out though. Hey dog, what you doing, man?
Get out. This is what I will say. My most yelling at Cloud moment of the night, the most egregious old man thing. I was screaming at the screen. As Will Ospreay is standing over a battered and bruised Nick Jackson, he's dead. Matt Jackson, his big brother, the one that saved him for his entire life, is watching him. He's watching him from the apron. He's just like, hey, no, don't stop. At one point, he gets off the apron. He's like, Will, don't do this. Dude, get in the fucking ring and help your brother. Why are you not helping your fucking brother? If the referee stops you, that'll do something. He's just watching his brother about to be murdered. I'm like, dude, why aren't you helping your brother? You love your brother. Why is Matt Jackson acting like this? This is why my voice is like this right now, because I was yelling at the screen. I'm still mad about it.
He eventually gets in the ring, covers up Nick,
It took
and
so long though.
Mox jumps him immediately. He's beating down on him, and so when all this has happened, when Nick is prone in the ring and he's like loopy, he's not getting up. Mox is outside celebrating. He's pumping his fist. He's like, "Yeah, we got these guys. Finish him off, Will. What are you doing? Get him. Get him. Yeah." And then the whole time, Will is like, "I don't know, guys. I'm not a killer." And
This is
so
crazy.
we get the sequence that was very divisive sequence with the 450s, the dueling 450s. Osprey hits the 450, jumps straight up, and moves into the next move. Nick doesn't really sell it either, and it did look great. Mox was the only person that kind of sold in that moment, and it looked, yeah, it was one of those things that people complain about a lot with Osprey matches and him no selling. And the Young Buck matches and them moving into position to set up moves and how it doesn't look like wrestling. It looks choreographed
And guess who liked it? Me.
I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but when I saw it isolated as a clip and people kept posting it, I was like, well, well.
That's why wrestling isn't clips. That's why we're moving in fast motion to the next thing. You're not supposed to remember that they got into
in the sequencing
that quickly.
In the sequencing of the match, it didn't bother me that much, but isolating it did not look great. But yeah, I did like the storytelling in this match. We did get into the final stretch, and Ospreay hesitated. That set up him standing around the corner, and Moxley just tags himself in, jumps in, and he is beating down Nick. It's like, oh my God, get off of him. What are you doing? Get off of him. That leads to the Young Bucks making their comeback. They isolate Moxley in the ring, start pelting him with super kicks. He jumps up, like you said, flips them the double bird. You best kill me. And he gets double kicked in the face. Young Bucks win 1-2-3 to set up a development for later in the night. I thought this was fun. Yeah. I didn't think it was as good as I expected. As you know, on the preview, I was like, this is probably going to be a match of the night. It wasn't quite that for me, but I did really like it.
It was not match of the night, but like through all the kind of the things of me yelling, I thought it was a good match at the end of it. Like the story that they told, the miscommunications between Mox and Ospreay, and Ospreay's will he or won't he, was great storytelling, especially going into All In, because now we're like questioning, like, if Ospreay has to do this to Kenny Omega, like, is he going to be able to do it? He was not able to do it, execute the Young Bucks. Like, is he going to be able to do it to Kenny Omega? And I think that's really great story elements going into the pay-per-view next month.
Yeah. Later on in the night, we got a backstage segment with Will Ospreay. He's being interviewed by Renee Paquette, and he's like, yeah, at one point, our heads collided, and I hope that Nick's okay. He's got a history of head injuries, and Moxley shows up, and he's just like, what do you mean? You want to give him ice pack? What are you doing? What do you mean? He's got a history of head injuries. Welcome to wrestling. It's great.
The way that Renee's looking while he's saying this is so funny. Like, sometimes she's perfectly placed, and this one felt like it again. If him being like, I don't care, dog. I'll kill this guy. Like, right?
Bro, I don't care. We're in this match to win. And he's saying to him, look, you're nobody's friend. Like, stop trying to be everybody's friend. It's not about this match, man. It's just another match. This is your moment. You have the momentum going into All In. This is about you. You can't be everybody's friend, man. And I don't want to be there when you turn your back on somebody and they attack you because you hesitated, which that absolutely paid off later in the night. Absolute foreshadowing in this. I thought that this was a great segment to set up the ending of this show. Again, some people might not like this. I can see why people are going to be like, there's a lot of Death Rider stuff here, but I thought the storytelling here was really good.
Like, if Mox's involvement with the main event and Kenny and Ospreay was the only part in this tag match, yeah, but like, we got Death Riders matches after this too, which was just like, all right, there's a lot going on.
Yes. Make sure to get in your super chats. That is the best way to get your chats read on this stream. We're going to continue to run through this card. We got Kyle Fletcher versus Bandito up next, which, boy, this was incredible, man. Absolutely excellent international championship match. What can we say about these two guys that we haven't said already? Kyle Fletcher is absolutely the future of this company. He is an incredible singles wrestler. And, man, Bandito, one of the most versatile wrestlers I've ever seen. He finds a way every time to do something new and unique. The way that he keeps finding ways to add a new layer to his in-ring repertoire. He finds something else to pull out of the bag every time. He finds a new way to do the 21 plex and make it look cool. He's just phenomenal, man.
So cool. When we talked about it on Saturday, I was like, this is probably going to be match of the night. Like, how could it not? These guys are insane. Soon as Kyle Fletcher walked out, I was like, oh, he's on a mission. Like, you could just see again. It was like Nick Wayne earlier, like the look in his eyes of like, I'm the baddest dude here. I don't care who's in this ring. It's about me. I'm about to drag this guy Bandito. It just like felt like that energy, and you knew that they were about to tap into something. And Bandito is just like the coolest wrestler there is. When he comes out, it's like, this guy's cool. Everybody gets it. He's on display. Like the little things, he does basic things that are cooler than everybody else in the world. This match was exactly as expected. Kyle Fletcher was trying to kick Bandito's head off many times in this match. Every time I watch a Kyle Fletcher match, I'm like, this guy's crazy. He's trying to kill people. And so many moments of this where he was in control that I was like, he's so ready to be world champion, Phil. Like it's as close as you can get. Like we're here at this point, you know what I mean? Like there's nowhere to go. Like he's figured it all out. He knows the facials. He knows how to talk. He knows how to bump. He knows how to sell. He be knocking people out. Like he just got to everything.
He's got it, man. He's got the full package at this point. He's a great talker. He's got a great theme song, great entrance. He looks the part. His ring gear and everything always looks fantastic. And then when he gets in the press conference, he looks fantastic in a suit. He be having that shit on, bro. Like, hey, man, like I'm telling you, this guy is the future of this company. When people are like, this guy is like basically AEW Randy Orton, and like, I get it. I understand why they say that.
Like I wouldn't say that.
I mean, like, obviously not the style of wrestling that Randy Orton has, but I mean, like the young guy that
time AEW World Champion years later is what it should be.
Yeah, the young guy that you can see them molding into their guy moving forward. Absolutely, I see that in him. And in ring, man, he just kills it every time. Like you said, he comes in, tries to drop people on their neck and kick them very hard. Every time it comes in with these crazy looking forearms and things. Like he's just a very, very violent man.
He hit a brain buster on the apron at one point, and I was like, stop the match. Like that's one spot in the match, and there was many more where I was just like, these guys are trying to destroy each other. Bandito, when he does his display of strength, like the one-arm press slam is always incredible. At one point, he hits the thing that also makes me yell, the moonsault fall-away slam off the top.
Yeah.
That is like, crazy. I cannot believe that anytime it happens.
To be able to hit that the way he does, you don't know where you're going. You can't see where you're going, and he still hits this perfectly every time.
And Kyle Fletcher is huge.
Yeah. You're lifting a very tall man up in doing this. It's crazy. But, yeah, throughout this match, like, man, Kyle Fletcher's trying to beat up on this guy. Bandito's trying to jockey for position, get moves in. He's trying to jockey and get this. It looks like a dragon suplex in. Fletcher's trying to fight him off on the ropes. This sets up Bandito to rebound off the rope, hit the 21 plex, just crazy looking, clean with the dragon suplex locked in. Really awesome looking. He hit a X knee later in the night and hit a 21 plex out of that also was crispy clean as well.
That X knee was crazy, like right on the money, right on Kyle Fletcher's head, knocked him out. But Kyle Fletcher is dangerous. He's a dangerous wrestler, you guys. Like when he gets into bloodthirsty, it's over mode, it's insane. The finish to this match, you guys, he's been doing the shout out to El Generico top rope brainbuster, and this one, Phil, was the most dangerous one he's hit yet, for sure. He I don't know what happened at the top of it, but he didn't drop Bandito on the turnbuckle. He essentially dropped him on the ropes and the mat, and it was disgusting.
Yes. Throughout, Bandito is kicking out of everything. He is fighting for his life in this match, and he is surviving everything that Kyle Fletcher is throwing at him until that ending stretch when he hit him with that big knee. Well, first of all, he lawn darted him first into the corner, then hit him with the knee, and then dropped him head and neck first on the top turnbuckle, really on the ropes, like you said, with the sheer drop brainbuster. And yeah, I was like, yeah, that's it. This guy's not getting up after that. 1, 2, 3. Kyle Fletcher is still your AEW TNT champion without the help of the Don Callis family. Yeah, I really loved this match. This was match of the night for me, and I thought all of the stuff with the Don Callis family played in really well as well. Um, yeah, this guy, man, he's got Speedball Mike Bailey coming up in Arena Mexico at Grand Slam Mexico. That was made official during the press scrum.
Yeah, we ran into the problem I thought we also might run into, though, Philip Lindsay. Bandito, another amazing performance, another loss. Like, something has to give eventually, right? Like, it can't keep being this forever.
Yeah, that was the only thing I didn't like about this. I was hoping that I was going to be wrong and maybe this was leading something. Maybe the storyline of Don Callis family not playing a part in this was the way to set it up for Bandito to win, and he did not. He's taken a string of pay-per-view losses this year, and I don't think that they've helped him, especially because he's the Ring of Honor world champion. And all of the pay-per-view matches,
the Swerve one too. Yeah, they've all been
been heaters. He's been putting on bangers on all these pay-per-views, but he just keeps losing, and it's not a good position to put him in as champion.
It's unfortunate because it's either match of the night or second best match of the night, and the fans know it. Like, everybody is bought in. It's not like we're like, oh, this is just a guy that's on the cusp. He's also there. Like, he could be world champion. He has every bit of it. And like, something's going to start to happen if fans are not going to believe in him ever, if he keeps being put in these situations. So like, maybe just give him a win here.
Yeah, I agree. We got a super chat from the other Mikey V. He says, Bandito needs someone to politic for him or something. We can't be going 0-6 in pay-per-views. He shouldn't lose on a pay-per-view at least until mid-2027.
That makes it even more egregious. They announced that the match is going to be Mike Bailey and the champion in Mexico. And they didn't make Bandito the fucking like, what, dude? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, to be fair, he called his shot for Arena Mexico afterwards, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I think Speedball did. He called his shot for Arena Mexico afterwards.
Yeah. But if that's where you were going, like, why wouldn't you put Bandito on the match, you guys?
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad at them putting the international championship on Speedball, by the way. I think that could be the right call. And you're definitely going to do Kyle Fletcher versus Kevin Knight at some point for the TNT title. So I wouldn't be mad at it. I think giving Speedball the international belt and letting him go and do things like wrestle in Arena Mexico and wrestle in Japan or wrestle other places with that belt could be really cool.
And especially seeing how the international, his home country fans reacted to him as he was grabbing that contract earlier in the night. It's like, if he was the international champion representing that, I think it'd mean a lot. And he's amazing, so awesome.
Definitely. And I mean, bro, the run that he went on that put him on the map, the run that he went on before he came to AEW is exactly that. Him going all over the world, having these incredible matches. And so if anybody that you want to hold that belt and go have matches elsewhere, it should be Speedball Mike Bailey.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So that match is going to be fire. But yeah, Bandito, figure out the Bandito problem, because it is a problem.
Yeah, agreed. We got a very generous super chat from Leonard. He says, I know he got pinned, but Mox was right last night. Mox told y'all the books were full of shit. They are trampled. They are trampled all over. Cage and Cope winning to Grandstand. Told Will about that friend stuff. Look what happened to him. Oh yeah. We'll get into it because Mox made some valid points. Just might have been the wrong message.
That's it.
Definitely made some valid points. Up next, we had the Dogs versus the Bang Bang Gang in a double chain tag team match. I thought that this was where the show really started to grind down. And it seems like this was probably one of the more divisive matches of the night. Based on the online reaction to it and just like how the momentum of the show kind of grinded to a halt at this point.
Yeah.
And and it's really, again, like, I think if you're going to do a stipulation match with the Dogs and the Bang Bang Gang, that makes a lot of sense. But I don't think you should have did that for their first match. I think you should have just did a straightforward tag team match, and then you could have
Hmm.
done the chain match later on. Like, I thought it would have made more sense if they just did a straightforward, easy breezy, maybe 15-minute or so tag team match, and then um, the Dogs cheat to win here, and that sets up the reasoning for the chain match later.
Right, absolutely. I felt while the match is going on, they should have just did one-on-one Jay White and Finlay to really
Yeah,
utilize what was going on to these guys. No disrespect to the other guys in this match, but it just felt like the fans wanted to see Jay White, and he was in there, but a lot of the moments he's mixed up, and it just didn't feel like they were truly getting him. And
yeah,
like, you gotta know lore, Phil, for this feud to really understand it. Like, even just AEW lore, like, if you're not really tapped in with what they're doing on Collision and what's going on over there, this is just like, oh, these guys are having a match, but why are they mad at each other? So like, if you are coming into a match with that situation, the match has to be extra for people to kind of immediately buy in, and it wasn't. It was a fine chain
yeah,
match, and they're
yeah.
beating each other up, and it's violence and dangerous at points with that Dominator that Jay White
Whew.
took. That was
Oh my
very
God,
close
that
to
was,
being a
whew, that was
disaster.
scary.
That was
That was
scary as hell.
that was very scary. And then the other problem, of course, is that Gabe Kidd is not stateside,
Big
so
problem.
he's still in Japan taking part in the G1. Because you could have easily did like a trios match here, and I think that would have fit perfectly.
It would.
But you didn't have Gabe, and maybe you could have just done um uh 8-man match, and you could have done like 4 guys from the Bang Bang Gang against Finlay and Clark, and then the 2 Death Riders who eventually played into this match, and that would have been fine.
That sounds like a way better idea. I'm like, that probably would have hit a lot harder than kind of what we got here. But like,
Yeah,
getting Jay White on pay per view, like he's over. So I liked it in this
yeah.
spot. It just felt like this is where it started to drag for sure.
And I thought with just how hot his return was, that this wasn't the best use of him on this pay per view. I
No,
think you could have done something better with these guys collectively. Um, and I don't think that this match was all bad. There was a lot here that I liked. It just went on a bit too long,
it's long.
and there was a lot of, like, resting into these rest holds with the chains, and like
Mhm.
trying to, like,
Setting people up for things, wrapping the
yeah.
chain around the arm, and things like that.
Yeah, and I mean, there were some inventive stuff they did with the chains that I really liked. I thought the stuff with Jay White and Finlay, where they were doing the tug of war, and Jay White eventually does this like feat of strength and pulls Finlay back up to get all the way over to knock him out of the ring, and then stop Clark from choking Juice out. I thought that kind of stuff worked here, but yeah, it was just maybe a too much put on this match. I don't think that they needed to come out the gate with a stipulation for these guys. I do think it was the right call for the Dogs to win. The Dogs needed a win desperately,
Yeah, they
and
did.
especially with this feud building up. If they were going to continue to stay in with the Bang Bang Gang that are very popular at this point, they needed a win out the gate.
It's just kind of funny that we were watching a stipulation match with chains, and then they used another weapon to win the match. It's just like,
Yeah, and
oh, okay.
see, that also did not help this match as well, because you did the interference at the end. The Death Riders show up to help, and if you're not making the connection that Gabe is a Death Rider too, and that's why they would help because Gabe's not there, then you would be confused why the Death Riders are on screen again.
Right.
And then you're doing a stipulation match with the chain, and this is usually where you get to the point, like I said, where you're trying to get away from the interference by using the stipulation, and
Exactly.
then interference is what helped the Dogs win. I think that kind of muddied the whole thing, but I didn't think this was a terrible match. I definitely think this is where the show started going downhill, though.
It did. It felt like they could have cut a couple of these matches. This is where, like I was describing earlier, just matches for the sake of matches, or things that stories of matches that people aren't fully invested in, and like not the
Yeah.
fault of anybody involved.
Yeah, and I mean, I think like this kind of match, you could have had like a straightforward tag team match on Collision or something, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe did something that showcased Jay White in a one-on-one match here instead.
Yeah. Jay White needs to be on display, you guys. Like, we're
Yeah,
trying to do something here.
and I mean, bro, they still are very popular. When they all came out together and did the big entrance at the beginning, still looked hot. Jay White feels like a big deal as the leader of the group, but probably could have used him better here. That's all.
Doc, put Ace Austin on TV too, man. Like, what y'all doing? Like, I'd have
Yeah,
Ace Austin hooping next Wednesday if it were me.
yeah. When they came back down to run off Yuta and Garcia, and Austin did that big leap over into I think it was a clothesline, right?
That
Uh,
Austin Gunn, what a crazy person.
yeah, that was wild, but yeah, I think you. But see, that's my point. Like with that kind of stuff, you could have done like this big, fast-paced like trios match or something. I
Yeah.
think that would have worked a lot better in this spot than what we got.
It felt like they were like, okay, we the show started off with like spot food crazy, all kind of stuff, and they were like, let's slow it down a little bit, but like maybe needed in a different way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But this was oof. Then we got Hikaru Shida taking on Maya World for the AEW TBS Championship. Um, Shida's come into this match, I think, doing some great character work. And I think that she has been tremendous as a heel, and that's made up for some of the obvious ring rust she has shown since she's been back to AEW because she was out for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
um, close to like a year, maybe over a year. She was out,
Yep.
and she definitely hasn't had the same, you know, speed. She hasn't had the same like oomph to her moves. She
Explosiveness,
she
as they
doesn't she
say.
doesn't look as crisp in ring as she
Mm-hmm.
did, and considering the dance partner here, some of the stuff here was a bit sloppy,
Yeah.
and I don't think it was entirely on either woman's fault. It just was like there were some issues with chemistry throughout this match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was fine. Upset win. Maya World did pick up the win here. I was really surprised by that because it felt like they've been setting up the storyline with Sheeta, and she's only been champion for about a month. And so I was really surprised we did this. But at the same time, with the trajectory for Maya, I thought that this was inspired call because of her showing in the Owen and some of the moments she's had. And then it was her birthday as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was a great moment.
Yeah, this was a perfectly fine match. It was like Phil describing a little bit clunky in
Yeah.
sections, I would say, just because of some chemistry. Sometimes everything doesn't work out. Things have been Sheeta's been trying to get back to 100% Sheeta, and it's shown in a little bit of moments. But
Yeah.
I thought that both people worked hard, specifically in the finishing stretch when Sheeta started hitting those knees and Maya was selling them super well. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, they really have locked into where they needed to be. Sheeta looks like a big heel here over the up and coming young star, and she's doing too much with these knees and trying to really hurt Maya when she could just pin her. And then Maya hitting that, I love that move so much. Fall away slam with the bridge,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, getting the victory. Maya has been working so hard, like since the first moment I saw her in West Coast Pro, I was like, who's this person? What's going on? And like ever since then, she's hit on every match. She's just like I said, worked so hard. Every moment that she's been given, she goes 1,000, took an opportunity, and got to the TBS championship. And not a lot of time, Phil. Like they like to, we've seen them build for wrestlers for years in AEW to get to big moments like this, and for her to work super hard and go through the tragedies and triumphs and all the things that she has to get here was amazing. The pop was great. Her with the Tron in the back and she's walking up, like I thought it was an amazing moment for Maya to kind of get a little reward for the hard work she's been doing.
Yeah. I thought in that vein, like I did like this quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she worked really well in this match. I agree. I think that fall away slam she does with the bridge looks really
Sick.
good. She does a lot here, it, like moves that look good. Man, I hate to sound like one of those guys. I think the thing that she's missing sometimes, I think she needs to slow down sometimes. It feels like she's
Absolutely.
rushing from
She's
move to
young.
move sometimes. And I think if she like slowed down and like got like the in between moments with the moves, that's the last piece that she's missing. Like
I'm
there's
sure her trainer and sometimes combatant Athena is preaching this all the time because that's why she's so great is because the in between
yeah,
things that Athena does is what separates her from everybody else. If Maya can get to that, she's gonna be a
yeah.
different being.
I mean, same thing with Mercedes. It's like the all of
Mhm.
the smaller
Yep,
notes that she does in a match is what makes Mercedes so good. And like the
exactly.
selling and stuff and like the storytelling she mixes into the matches, that's what makes Mercedes so good. And
Hmm.
that's the tiny bit of criticism that I have for Maya,
Yep.
is that she does wrestle really well. I think she's made the most out of every opportunity she gets, but sometimes it does feels like it's go 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 go, and it's like just slow it down a little bit. That's all.
Phil's acting like a wrestling vet out here, but no, that's what legit it is. Sometimes the younger wrestlers, and Maya's a young wrestler, guys. She's been in the game for a few years here. Of like, they're just like a million miles per hour, and like some like Will Ospreay does a million miles per hour, but when he does it, he understands all the little things like we're
Yeah.
describing. And sometimes the young wrestlers try to go a million miles per hour, and the connective tissue sometimes doesn't connect. They're gonna get there, but it's just like it's time.
Yeah. I think it is raining really hard because it's like really dark outside. I think
Well, it's
that's
hot.
yeah, it's crazy. That's why the lights just flickers. I hope our electricity doesn't go out
Oh
because
damn.
but yeah, we got a super chat here from Jadenson 87. He says, "Hey guys, super happy for Maya World. Her story is dope. I hate to have to Sorry, I hate to have to feel like I'm hating, but I'm missing something about Queen Amanada. She's a star. Is she ever going to get a push? Yeah, I
Great
agree.
question. Amazing
Um,
question.
I think that they're asking a lot of us to be patient with this trajectory with Queen Amanada, especially with the way she came into the company and the way she's being used. And that's also why I kind of felt like we weren't done with the Sheeta run yet, because I thought that there was still more on the table for Sheeta versus Amanada. There's still a one match with Statlander. I thought that they were going to set up. I I hope I'm wrong, but I would not be surprised if this is like a short reign and Sheeta wins the belt back.
Yeah, if because it feels like Sheeta's reign was there wasn't a lot of meat on the bones. It's like
Yeah,
she gets a somebody challenges her, they wrestle, and then that's it. And it's like that's fine, but like this, there's a couple of stories that could be expanded. And I thought specifically Queen Amanada's thing with Sheeta could be expanded because like Phil said, we've been and fans have been like kind of primed for Queen Amanada. Every time she's in a situation or a moment to shine, fans want her to win. Like I thought that she was just in a match with Sheeta, and I was like, she has a really big chance of winning this, and
yeah,
kind of not being factored into it has been interesting. But it's like it's Maya though, so like on the other side, it's hard to be like, well, why wasn't it Queen Amanada? Because I like that it was Maya.
yes. Then we had the Cage and Cope versus the Death Riders. A lot of Death Riders on this show. For the AEW World Tag Team Championship. I thought that this was fine, but it definitely felt like a filler match for Cope and Christian just to be on the show. And I don't think it really added that much to the show, to be honest. I thought that you could have put this match elsewhere and it wouldn't have hurt anything.
Yeah, no, this wasn't like an urgent, we have to do this. I like understood because where they are, get Cope and Cage on the show for sure. I do like how it kind of felt like a theme in the night, Phil, of like they didn't really let the fans get into Cope's theme, like of the when they shut the theme off and the fans get to scream because like the Death Riders immediately cut them off at the beginning of this match. And there was a lot of stuff in this match to like because Pac and Claudio are in this and they're trying so hard to do things to get people interested in it. I like them jumping them. I like kind of the story of the match being told, but like it would have been fine if we did not see this match.
Absolutely. Yeah, and delayed graphs, you're absolutely right. It's Canada. So yes,
Yeah,
we're gonna get Cope and
yeah,
Christian on the
of
show, of
course.
course, but it was so obvious that they were winning here, not just because they had already been setting up the Young Bucks match, and it was very clear that was going to be the all-in match, but nobody thought that Claudio and Pac were winning here,
No.
man. Like with the challengers, it wasn't even an interesting matchup to make us think that this was ever in doubt.
They're not. That team is. Nobody thinks they're going to win the AEW World Tag Team Championships ever, even if it wasn't Cope and Christian on there. So, like, why even? Like,
Yeah.
what was the point? The reason to get the Death Riders on here some more? Like, I like seeing Pac on the show because he's amazing, but like, put him in a one-on-one match if that's what we're gonna do here. And Leonard Aarons, rude of you. The Young Bucks did come out immediately after this match was over. They put up the graphic of All In. They kind of stepped on their win, but that's fine. We all knew where this was leading. That's what this whole tag team championship reign of Cope and Cage has been about. Getting to this match, getting to this. Young Bucks have for a lifetime wanted to have this match, and it's finally going to go. I don't know what to expect of this match at all, Phil, considering what we've seen of Cope and Cage the last couple of months. Like, the matches have been fine. Like, I thought this one, there were some fun moments in this. I like their finish a lot of Christian throws the guy up and Cope spears him out of the air. Shit hits hard. And I'm just interested to see what this All In match is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, but I thought this match was fine though. It felt very much like a collision match. And
well, you're not using collision as a derogatory term, also to say
no,
that.
but I think that style of wrestling where it's just like, oh, here's a match, and we're gonna give them more time than usual, and just put it on like a Saturday. That's what this felt like to me. Yes. And again, I don't think it would have hurt anything if this match wasn't on the show. And then when you put it after the Dogs and Bang Bang Gang's chain match, and then a clunky TBS title match. This part of the show is where I felt like it really, really dragged, and I can see where some of the talk of this show being boring hit at this point of the show. Like particularly in the middle of the show, it just felt like, woof. It definitely at point felt like a struggle for me.
There was that one point where I was like, there's still 4 matches left, and it was we were on the show for a while. Feel like it was long, and I was like, they gotta get to it. What's going on here?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it just showed like the lack of certain stars, and the pacing for the show on a whole just wasn't great. And
that's a good thing that you're bringing up, because like, when they have long shows regularly, but we're going to get Swerve and we're going to get Max and we're going to get Hangman and we're going to get these guys, it doesn't really matter because we're still about to see like some amazing stuff,
Yeah, and I mean, I rarely feel like that watching an AEW show where it's just like, I'm like, get to the next match. And that definitely was points during the middle of the show where I was like looking down at my phone or looking around like, yo,
what's there to eat?
what's up, man? Like, what's going on? But yeah, this was strong. I thought, like, of course, Pac and Claudio are very good. They put on a great match. And I just think the biggest knock against this is that it felt very predictable.
That's it.
Then we got, again, this part of the show. We got the Painmaker, Chris Jericho, versus Tommaso Ciampa in a no-holds-barred match.
Phil, I had forgot about this match by this point.
Yes, and so again, this is my point of like the middle of this show really dragged, and then we get to Jericho coming out to rock music with the Painmaker gimmick, and I was just like, oh boy, here we go.
Jericho coming out to rock music really makes me laugh for some
Oh boy, I was like, here we go.
They did a lot, Phil. They did a lot, brother.
Ciampa is so awesome. I will say
great.
that, man. Ciampa is the man. Like, the stuff with him in this match, a lot of his facial expressions, the way that he was, like, trying to put Jericho through it, like, hitting this guy with, like, these big, emphatic moves, like, hitting him with these big, violent-looking knees. When he took out the initially took out the hockey stick and he got cheered for it, I was like, oh, no. Ciampa's a pro. He's gonna do something to get himself booed because he don't want this. He's not supposed to be getting cheered like this in Canada. This is Jericho's place to get cheered. And so later when he pulls out the garbage can and it's got the Canadian teddy bear in there and he's got the Boston jersey and everything, and he's getting booed. I thought he played that great. He's beating down the bear. It all looks silly and stupid, but because it's Ciampa and the way he plays it, I thought that stuff looked good. He's wasting time beating up this bear, and that's when Jericho jumps in and gets the upper hand, which I'm just like, hey, maybe pay attention to the match. I don't know. But it was very funny.
Yeah, no, Ciampa getting the big pop. The fans bought right in too. Feels like as soon as they understood what was going on, they were so mad. Like if they could have gotten in the ring and fought Ciampa, they would have gotten in the ring and fought Ciampa. And he was just hitting a teddy bear, but you would have thought like somebody's mom was being beat up in this match. How crazy that they were going.
Great heel work from him. He, like I said, Ciampa rules, man.
Jericho's so funny with his like plunder matches because he tries to do like special, unique things. Like at one point, there was hockey pucks with thumbtacks over it, and there's just like a lot going on. Ciampa tried to kill Jericho on the outside of the ring through the table, like some crazy violent stuff, but just like. Still filled with Painmaker stuff and how he was playing it in this match, and now he's crazy when he's the Painmaker. I'm just like, what's going on, G?
That is like the best descriptor for it, because he's crazy. You never know what he's gonna do now. It was too much, man. Like some of the stuff with like, look, there are hockey pucks with thumbtacks on it, because guys, hockey, we're in Canada, and it just. The mirror spots, like there was more than one mirror spot. He had to like unveil the mirrors. Again? It was just
how Jericho gonna overdo it in the match. He overdid it. It's like, not Jericho. You did it once. We're good here, I thought.
Yeah, some of the Jericho Painmaker stuff for me, not my cup of tea. I thought it was very cheesy. Stuff like him picking up the mirror and unveiling it, and he's like smiling in the mirror at himself and like making the facial expressions, and then he comes in and slams. I thought it was very weird that he slammed the back of the mirror on Ciampa, and then he comes back and slams the other side with the broken glass on him. I was like, why didn't he just slam the glass on him?
The glass.
But that was after they had already done the mirror spot early on. It just felt like hat on a hat sometimes, but boy, a lot of this was not for me, guys. Very cheesy stuff for me. And then the finish of this match. Ciampa's been teasing this drill for weeks. He's been coming at Jericho with this drill. He started at Beach Break. I liked all the callbacks to Beach Break, by the way. Jericho bringing the bag of sand and throwing it in Ciampa's face, because that's how Ciampa won the match at Beach Break. So he's basically like, remember this? Throws the sand in his face. That was very funny to me. The callback with the drill, and the drill plays a part. Ciampa comes in with the drill. He looks like he's going to use it on Jericho because he's going to murder him. That's how he's going to win the match. And then Jericho ends up getting the drill because everything else he's done to Ciampa, he just will not stop kicking out. He will not give up. It's not enough. And then he drills this guy's head to end the match. And at first I was like, how did he win that way? But it was a referee stoppage. I don't think that it was clear that it was a referee stoppage.
No. Because like soon as it's like he starts doing it, then it's over. The referee.
He's like, and then all of a sudden the bell's ringing. I was like, wait, did he tap out? How did this end? So I assume it was just a referee stoppage. Aubrey's just like, no more. I cannot watch you try to murder this man.
It's over. This guy's crazy.
I cannot let you murder this man on pay-per-view. And that's how he wins. Ciampa rolls out of the ring. We get more Jericho stuff
zaniness.
After this like crazy violent match, Jericho picks up the bear and he's hugging it, and the crowd is loving it. This worked really well for the crowd. I've seen a lot of people online that said that it was much better than they expected. This was not for me, guys.
Not at all. Like Ciampa was so good in this, I was mad that he wasn't doing something else. Like I was like, some good things that happen. Like Ciampa somewhere else would have cooked though, because like he's amazing. But there was way too many shenanigans here.
This style of plunder match, it can be very hit or miss for me, and I thought that there was a lot here that was a little bit too over the top, and it just didn't really do it for me. But To each their own.
Like they're trying to, I guess they're trying to pitch that this is a blood feud, and I don't think it really got to that with just the one match and a couple of angles and things that they did. So what, I get it, but like you said, Phil, and if people watch the show, the crowd was going nuts for a lot of the things that happened. They bought in 100%.
Yeah, I mean, like Ciampa did a great job as a heel throughout this match to get Jericho cheered. Jericho did a lot of the stuff to play up to the audience in Canada. They love this guy, of course, in Canada, so that's not a surprise. But yeah, I thought their beach break match was better, personally.
Absolutely, I feel the same way. I think that they just achieved a lot more. That's why I thought it was it, because they achieved so much with that beach break match that it didn't really make sense to run it back. Now, Phil, before we move forward, at some point in this super long stretch of the show, there was a segment on the show. The show was so long at this point, Phil. We were just like, man, this show's still happening. So they shoot back to an interview segment with the homie Mick Foley and Divine Dominion. And I don't even know how to describe it if we're keeping it 100. I don't know what it was achieving. I don't know what was happening. I still don't really understand it, honestly.
So Mick has been doing the backstage correspondent thing, and he was on a lot of the buy-in. I think he's great at that. The stuff with him and Renee and then Jarrett, I think he's a great addition to the buy-in. Even the stuff we got this week with excuse me, the Willow and Tekla build.
Yeah.
I really liked it. Mm-hmm. This was a very bizarre segment. I don't know why it was here. It wasn't just that it was bizarre. I just didn't understand why it was on the pay-per-view. Like, if you just did this during the week on Dynamite, it wouldn't have felt as strange. It still would have been strange, but it's just thrown in the middle of this pay-per-view, and especially because I've been saying for weeks, why don't you put Divine Dominion on the pay-per-view? Give them a match on the card. I thought this was the pay-per-view to give them a match on the main show.
If any, for sure.
Because, you know, you had so much time to fill. I thought this was the time to put them on the show. And you don't put them on the show. You put them in this very strange segment where they have Mick Foley barking like a dog. And there are things about this which, if I speak, I'm in big trouble.
If I speak, that's what I kept thinking.
And so
people were very mad online. I was like, I'm mad too, you guys.
Great. I don't think that this fit here. I don't know why it was here. And I thought if you were going to do anything with Divine Dominion, you should have at least tried to build to their next big feud, which is, I assume, the Brawling Bird. So I thought you would do something here for that.
Maybe.
But you just basically had like this odd segment out of nowhere with them and Mick. I just, it was
and
strange.
Again, like I said, the middle of a long show. They just were like, also,
very,
it was
very,
just like,
very strange.
I'm like, what was happening in the middle of this? It was just weird.
Yeah. We got a super chat here from the other Mikey V. He says, I can't lie, this match was great junk food graps. Yeah, I saw a lot of people that really liked this match.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to say anybody's wrong that liked it. It just, personally, it wasn't my cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just saw something. I'm like, again, dude, listen. Very strange segment. Moving on, we had Andrade El Idolo debuting new theme music against Mark Davis for the AEW National Championship.
Andrade, what a guy.
There were several things Andrade did throughout this night that was just like, listen, man. Not only is this guy incredibly over, he might be the most unintentionally funny man in all of pro wrestling at the moment.
Yes.
He is hysterical to me. All the way down to his theme music, which I don't know how I feel about the new theme. I thought his old theme was better, but
I love this old theme so much, so it's going to take some getting used to for the new one.
Yes, but like everything about like he's leaning into the how you know thing and his entrance coming down with the women. What a guy, bro. Like, he's still doing the selfie thing in the middle of the matches. At several points, not only am I like, this guy is very over, he wrestles good. I'm like, man, nah. Get this guy in the world title picture, man.
I mean, it's
Like, what are we doing?
so apparent every time he's on screen. Phil, like I thought it on Dynamite when he wasn't really a part of anything. He just came out and the crowd erupted, and it's
Bro,
happened like this for weeks, dog. Like the crowd is into everything that he's doing, and it's hitting hard. And then he gets to the ring, and he could still do everything. He's still like in
this
the prime of his career. When he did the moonsault over the ring post, I was like. And he can do this too. Like, what's going on here?
this guy is white hot right now, bro.
It's so hot.
Bro, you've got to get this guy in the world title picture, man. You have to. He's out of here, bro. Like this is just like
this match hit because Mark Davis has been going crazy. A huge shout out to Mark Davis.
Yeah.
He hasn't missed since he's came back. And in matches like this where he just gets to be a heel, where he gets to cut people off and try to kill Andrade in moments, was amazing. But Andrade, everything that he did, people were going crazy. Everything hit crisp. You could just feel the energy exuding off of him at every moment. This guy needs to be in the world title, and he needs to be world champion at one point.
yes. Yeah, Mark Davis has been fantastic since he came back. I think he's been a great champion as well. He's been having some really, really great TV matches. Just had a banger with Speedball. He's been really, really great. So I was glad that he got a moment on this pay-per-view, even though it really felt like from the beginning that Andrade was going to win. He still wrestled a great match against Andrade. Like you said, Andrade is still Andrade when that bell rings. And yeah,
I just thought of a match, Tony Khan. If you're watching this, when they do those pay-per-view run-back matches, you do Mark and Kyle versus Bandito and Andrade on Dynamite this Wednesday. Run it.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I think, look, if you're gonna,
it's because that'd be a sick ass match. I'm just fantasy booking.
Bro, that tag match would be great. And again, I like you would like to see more of Aussie Open as a tag team. I don't think that means that Kyle has to stop being a singles wrestler, but these two are so good. I think it would be a mistake to not run some Aussie Open matches every time you get a chance.
Yeah, just what Mark has been doing since coming back and what Kyle always does. I'm like, what if? But like, I totally understand because Kyle is also white hot, and having them kind of Andrade and mixed up in that, and we're gonna see him with Jet pretty soon. Like, I understand the direction they're going to go into.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, this was great. I thought it served its purpose. Didn't overstay its welcome like some of the other matches on this show, and I think that really helped it because it was very apparent Andrade was going to win, so you didn't need to drag it out. But I thought this was good for what it was. Andrade picked up the win, and then they put that graphic on the screen that I then spent the next 5 minutes laughing at because I don't know what this graphic was. It was like Andrade was like his fit with like the newsie on, and
there's they have like a buoy there.
There's like a buoy. There's like some doves flying in the background. He's got the SS How You Know. Like I was like, what is this graphic? Like what's going
you
on, man?
Think like a wrestler just won a wrestling championship if you saw that graphic. You'd just be like, somebody's going on vacation or something.
Bro, hilarious graphic. And then Andrade proceeded to walk all the way around the entire arena, shaking everybody's hand. He's shaking all the commentators' hands. You would think that this is like the end of church and like the pastor's like walking around like, hey, man, thanks for showing up, man. Thanks for coming out tonight, man. We had a great sermon for you. Like, he's walking around like he's like a politician in there, damn near.
Like, and again, let me reiterate, if you don't get the theme of this, you guys, this is a long show. Like, we don't have time for Andrade to go around shaking everybody's hands.
Hilarious, bro.
And he's like back behind the commentator shaking hands. He's doing all kinds.
Bro, hilarious, bro. I was dying laughing at it. Not just the graphic on screen, but he's like walking around making sure to shake everybody's hands. I'm like, bro, we got to get to the next match. He's still out there shaking hands, bro. What a guy, man.
You're going to hear Tony Schiavone be like, great job, brother. I'm like, he's shaking Tony Schiavone's hand the whole time. Get him out of there.
What a guy, man. I love Andrade, man. Everything about this was hilarious, man.
So funny, dog. When he was taking so long, Phil, I was like, are they screaming in the back? Because he is taking his time.
Bro, walked all the way around, gets to the ramp, stops, does with the belt standing on the ramp. I'm like, bro, we got to get to the next match.
Get Andrade out of there, you guys.
Oh,
I'm crying, man. Let
oh,
us
what
on.
what a guy, man. Um,
Uh,
yeah. Other Mikey V, I agree, man. I would like to see
oh
Davis and
yeah, yeah,
Doyle again too. They were a fun tag team, and they got cut off before they really got going. Um, yeah, Idol's Corner saying the same thing. Yeah, I would love to see those guys team up
yeah.
again
I'm
too.
with y'all. Y'all right. I forgot they started forming that. They are a dope tag team.
Oh my god, yeah, bro. He did, bro. This is what I'm saying. He's like walking around shaking everybody's hands. He's like hugging the Spanish, bro. It really felt like I swear it felt like the pastor was like, "Hey man, great job tonight," shaking all the deacons' hands, like walking around talking to the parishioners. It's like, bro, wrap this up, my guy.
In that moment when you're in the church crowd with your family and you got to wait for the pastor to come around and you're all the way in the back, you're like, this is going to take 30 minutes, I think, just this part.
Yeah, but what a
Oh,
guy, man. Can't
ooh,
say
that was
enough
funny.
about how much Andrade tickles me, man. What a funny guy.
But yeah, just like Phil said, white hot, and we got it. Like, this was great title win, but like, we got to get to it for real.
Yeah, I hate that we didn't get the Andrade MJF match for the world title because that felt like that was the move for him. And I don't doubt that we might get Andrade versus MJF somewhere down the line, but it feels like it should have been a big world title match.
Yeah, it's gonna feel weird it not being like they have a built-in feud because they've been building this for a while, but like it should be a world title match.
Yeah. Then we had Willow Nightingale versus Tekla for the AEW Women's World Championship. I thought this was very good as a
It was.
co-main event, essentially, or the
Mm-hmm.
penultimate match to the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this was really good. This was the better women's match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Very hard hitting. Oh my God. Very, very hard hitting. These
Huh.
women were laying it in. This is coming after Tekla split Willow's ear open with the microphone on Dynamite, and she came out sporting a big band aid over her ear.
She
And
was trying to get her receipt throughout this match for sure.
yes, Tekla came out. She still looked every bit the star during her entrance, and then she saw that bandage. She was like, "Oh, what's that?"
Mm-hmm.
And eventually started biting her ear, trying to like make it bleed again. Uh, all of her heel stuff in this match, I thought came across really well when she had her down on the ground and she's grinding into her and she's like pulling her lips apart and going, "Smile, smile, man! I thought you
Mm-hmm.
smiled anyway."
Mm-hmm.
All really great stuff. Willow's babyface stuff in this match, man. She's really one of the best baby faces in this company.
She is.
And I thought she worked really well throughout this match.
Yeah, that's what's like been the saving grace and would always be the saving grace of moments like this is Willow's so good at everything, especially when it comes down to the match. I thought particularly she was on display here, like beating Tekla's ass and point. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
hold on, what Willow doing? Like she really was like trying to show the aggression that she was giving up in that promo from a few days ago of like, no, when I get in there, it's not gonna be what you thinking. We're not gonna be having fun. I want that championship and I'm going to do whatever it takes to win that championship. Tekla being kind of like, I could feel my championship slipping away, but I'm going to try everything in the world before to do that. And that kind of desperation in this match is what made the match for me of like, we could kind of see the writing on the wall. Felt like Willow's moment was coming, but Tekla was like, I'm not going to take this lying down. I'm going to go right after Willow. And I thought just that kind of, it felt personal. It felt like a grudge and it felt like this is their first match, but they built it to like, it felt like a bloodthirsty match, just how physical everything was. I really enjoyed that aspect of the match. Now, when we get to the finish, Phil, I know how you
Ooh.
felt about it. And I feel like I felt the same way because I did not like it.
Yeah, I agree with you about the physicality, though. I thought the physicality really made this match shine. I thought the
Mm-hmm.
desperation from Tekla worked here. And I like the way they built her up as this heel champion. So everything she had been doing to everyone else up to this point, it just wasn't working on Willow.
Right.
Willow just kept coming back, and she kept showing fighting spirit throughout this match. And that made the difference. I did not like the finish of this match, guys.
I didn't like
I
it.
thought if you're gonna give her this big win in this way and finally give her a world title win, I think you should have just put the stamp on it, had her win with the Doctor
Let
Bomb,
her
and
finish.
win like dominantly. And I mean,
I didn't think it made either one of them look good. A backslide finish. It made Tekla look kind of
No,
silly. It made Willow look not that great.
I did not like the backslide finish. It felt very much like the finish to a TV match.
Yes.
And that's not how you want to end a big world title match, especially to end this title reign for Tekla. And this is Willow's first world title win, and that's how you end the match. I did not like this finish at all, man.
It was like the Willow getting one over on Tekla wasn't the story of what it to be.
I thought it was just she was just going to beat her definitively. That's what this should have been, and it did not feel that way. And it did not help that I wanted Tekla to just win or to have like a definitive close to the feud going into All In. And I don't think that this did this. I think if you were gonna do like a DQ or something to set up like a triple threat at All In, then just do that. But it felt like they left this inconclusive enough so that Tekla could be like, oh, you got one up on me. I could still beat you, to set up something later, whether it be a rematch or for her to attempt to add herself to the All In match. And it just felt lazy. I didn't like it.
If that's the case, that's interesting, because that feels like the only reason. Like, why would they do that to Tekla? Like, if you beat the champion, if you want because you got to establish what Willow's going to be in this reign, and starting out as a what if isn't the best way, especially, Phil, if like what we think is going to happen, and she's just going to lose this belt to Mercedes in a month. It's going to look insane.
Yeah, the Sky Blue thing was really funny to me as well. Sky Blue comes down and helps Tekla by putting her arm on the rope, and the ref is looking right at her the whole time. And the ref's like, "Get out of here!" And she's just like, "What? I didn't do anything." And I was like, "He's looking right at you. What are you talking about? He was making eye contact with you the whole time you were doing it." And she's just like, "I didn't do anything."
Hey, get out of here! Don't do that.
I didn't do anything. But yeah. Yeah, other than the finish, I really liked this match. I thought it was a great
match.
The aftermath stuff, I wasn't really a fan of either, to be honest, guys.
Whose moment was it, Phil?
Willow wins, and again, this is just how it just felt so flat to me. The finish to it, and then Willow wins, and then the conglomeration immediately comes out. They celebrate with her. They give her a JanSport to put her belt in. She puts the belt in the JanSport. Instead of giving Willow the big moment and having her hold up the belt, getting the big pyro and everything,
she's carrying a fucking backpack.
She puts the belt in the backpack, and then they do this big group hug, and then they go up the ramp. Well, sorry, before they go up the ramp, she's staring at the big All In graphic, and it's behind her, and she's standing there with this backpack on, and I was just like, I don't like this.
Why does she
I don't like it.
I hated it. Like, no, get the belt out. Let her hold the belt up. At one point, she like turns a corner to get out of there, and like, it would have looked great if she was holding the championship. Instead, she has on a fucking backpack.
Yeah, and this is what I mean about, I think Orange Cassidy doing this, it works great for his character. But when you have a whole faction of people doing it, I don't really care for it. I don't think it fits Willow's character. I think in that moment, it would have made more sense to have her holding up the belt, and then you have the graphic behind her for the match with Mercedes, and then you can cut to Mercedes in the box holding up the Owen belt. But like this stuff here, man.
Now, Phil, I will say earlier in the night, something felt like something was good. Maya winning the world championship and how her celebration went off, I thought this is going to do something to Willow's thing. I don't know what it was going to do. I don't know if they were like, Maya got the big moment. She held up the belt. She held it up in front of her Tron. She did all that. So it's not, we don't have to do it with Willow, but you should have totally did it with Willow, you guys. Like,
I mean, I think you still could have done that. And even if you still want to do the backpack thing, you could have did that after the match. You could have had like a backstage segment.
This is a Dynamite segment or even on the show segment.
I didn't like it as the aftermath of the match because it added to how I felt like the execution to her win felt a bit flat. And I think that could have been handled better. Personally, that's just my opinion. I'm immediately worried as well because I've been saying all along, it's Mercedes time. I think Mercedes should win it at All In. I don't like the idea of Willow getting her first world title reign, and it's going to be seemingly a transitional run. I hope that they do something in the next few weeks to change my mind on this, and I'm assuming she's gonna have some kind of title defense because I definitely think we're probably gonna get a rematch with Tekla at the very least.
Now,
But
Phil, is it going to be crazy as hell if Willow wins at All In?
not to me because I think Mercedes should win. But the problem with this is some people are going to turn this against Mercedes and start, bringing up the creative control stuff again and making it seem like she stepped on Willow's moment or stepped on her reign. But I really feel like it's her time, and I really feel like it would be a mistake for Mercedes to lose 2 years in a row at All In.
Yeah. That's what's going to continue to come into play is we're going to think about last year and her losing to Toni Storm, and like this was supposed to be her, no pun intended, redemption story of coming into All In and actually doing it this year. So
yeah,
I hate that Willow's kind of entwined and involved in this because like none of this should matter. She should be able to have her big moments. She should be able to have the big matches. Like she deserves all these things, and she keeps getting kind of caught in the mud.
Yeah, but yeah, excited for the match though. I think that this is a big match, worthy of the All In stage. Seeing two black women in that spot also,
wow.
I think that's dope. Like I'm never going to complain about Willow getting a moment or getting two black women on that kind of stage at Wembley Stadium. That's awesome.
The GOAT's resume, you guys. When
Yeah.
when it's all said and done, she's gonna have this big main event with Bianca at WrestleMania, and then this big gigantic match with Willow at All In. Like the best that ever did it, Mercedes Moné, you guys. Like all the accolades, she is it, and the match is gonna be amazing. Like, just give it up to her. Is all I'm saying. She's the best that ever did it.
Yeah, and Willow made history as well. Is the first women's Grand Slam champion. First woman to hold the TBS title, the tag title, and the world title, and really did all of that in the same year. Really did all of that in the last 8 months, which is incredible.
Crazy, dude, and well deserved. She's amazing. Like she was on display, and she's always on display. And I think she's gonna have whatever the reign is. It'll be great because she's doing it.
Yes. So, despite my gripes about the finish and aftermath of the match, really great moment from Willow, and she does deserve this.
Yes.
Leron Ford is saying, hated the finish. It took away from what should have been a huge moment for Willow. Where was the pyro to celebrate the first Grand Slam women's champion? That's what I'm saying. Like, I just think the execution after she won was not great. I think the moment should have felt bigger, and it didn't.
Because again, Maya, when it went off, she got the big pyro, she got the pop, she got to take it all in. It felt like her moment, not like her gang's moment.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and I don't think like the Orange Cassidy stuff is something that needs to play out in the women's division with Willow. Like, because again, I like Orange Cassidy, but I don't necessarily have as much interest as a whole faction doing what he does, because it dilutes what he does. Like, that's what makes what he does special.
It would have been so easy for her to do the whole thing, get backstage, and they're standing there with the bag and do a big jump thing. Like, that would have been way easier.
Yeah. I saw a chat. I have to find it now. Where did it go?
Fire match, though. And Tekla, amazing run as champion. Man, she established herself in this company, in this division, in the wrestling world with this run and what she's been doing.
Really, probably the best year of her career. Given the stuff with Stardom and expectations she came into the company with, I think that she has overexceeded, has become a breakout star for this company, and really at the perfect time, because Toni Storm had to take some time away, and then Mercedes was off TV, and she really stepped up in that time period as the champion, and I really think she deserves her flowers for that time period and what she did for this women's division.
Really deserves a match next month at this big gigantic show because she earned it.
Absolutely. I do think there'll be a trios match or something for her, because there has to be. I hope that she's on a card in some way. Here's the chat I was trying to find. Desi says, so if Willow had won the Owen, went in as a challenger, and Mercedes had the short one, would that have been better? I just hate it for her to be the transitional champion. It very much feels like before the injury that Willow was going to win the Owen, and it probably would have been Mercedes in the spot at Redemption winning against Tekla to set up the match. And I actually think that would have made more sense, especially with the pay-per-view name Redemption and Mercedes coming back in this way and becoming world champion here. And I think it would have added more to the build going in because we already know that Willow has had Mercedes' number, and that would have added something to the match as well. But unfortunately, Willow, um, I think she revealed in the post scrum that she had sprained her AC joint. So
Mhm.
unfortunately, she had to take some time away, and that changed the plans probably.
Timing was bad in certain points, and it sucks how we got here. But at least we're gonna get this amazing moment, this amazing match, two black women in Wembley.
Yes. Yeah, Leonard, bro, it was looking bleak at one point until Tekla stepped up, and it was
Woo! Imagine if
very
they
much
didn't
needed.
have Tekla. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they would have signed somebody, something would have happened, but man, she stepped up at the right time, and she deserves a lot of credit for that.
Yep.
Main event time, we had Kenny Omega defending the AEW World Championship against Kevin Knight. Um, I did not like Kevin's new theme, guys. I didn't think it fit him at all. The way he tried to change his entrance and slowly walk in to do it looked awkward as well.
Why do they do this?
I don't know why they changed this theme, but I was like, nope, 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 turn it back, change it back, change it back. No, no, nope, nope, nope. Give me the aux cord. Well, I don't know who did this.
I mean, I will say I love Kevin's theme, but I was like, as a heel, I don't know how well it fits him. But changing it to this, I hated it. I was throwing stuff at the screen again. Is this the beginning? Like, is somebody going to come in and rap on it like a generic style instrumental, like hip hop track number 6? Like, I didn't really, not for what the presentation, like his gear, like his confidence, like that doesn't put the stamp like it should on Jet.
Yeah, I didn't like it. But on the other hand, Battle Cry still hits. Still
Hard.
feels like the big Kenny Omega theme. Battle Cry or nothing for me. Kenny Omega came out with all the aura in the world. He felt like the big star in Canada like he should. This felt like a big main event match like it should. It was great to see Kevin in this spot. And I thought he proved that he just belonged here, man. I thought that he looked really good here. They did not try to put too much in it. The match had the right amount of time. It didn't try to overdo it with the false finishes. It didn't try to oversell you on Kevin Knight. Kevin came out and wrestled his style, and he wrestled it well. He showed you the athleticism. He paced himself very well. It wasn't like he went out there and tried to do too much. I've seen people say that he looked overwhelmed by the moment, but I think that was the story of the match, that Kenny was trying to pull it out of him, and he dominated for most of the match because Kenny has been here, and it felt like a guy that has all the potential, but he's still essentially a rookie compared to Kenny Omega at this level in his career and in Canada of all places.
Yeah, I think it's a storytelling element because Kenny in that promo was like, dog, when them lights shine, when it's big, when it's the main event and the crowd is going insane and you're in the middle of the ring and I walk down there, it's gonna feel crazy. And I think that's what it was when Kenny was having his entrance and the crowd was going nuts. Jet's looking around like, damn, this is a lot. Like I'm about to main event a pay-per-view in AEW against Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship. That's crazy. Like knowing where he started, New Japan Dojo, and there's Kenny Omega posters on the wall of where he's training at, and they're watching his tapes. And this is the pinnacle of what you could be as a wrestler coming into Japan as a foreign wrestler. Like, and this guy's coming down to wrestle you, and then he's going to try to kill you when he gets down here. Like, it felt like an overwhelming moment. But I thought the story that Jet told throughout this was awesome of like, okay, we're here. What can I do to get you off of your game? What could I do to move to somewhere else so you're not in the way? What can I do to change the trajectory of where this match is leading? Because it's going to be hard.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I like the storytelling here. And I caught the little notes like when they were announcing both men at the beginning of the match. And Kenny's like, yeah. And just the way that he amped himself up when he's holding the belt up and he does the gunshot. that belt changes people, guys.
It do. It
And
do.
that's something that has played out in both companies, AEW and WWE. Punk has told this story multiple times. Like, once you hold that belt, once you're champion, once you're the guy, it changes you. And
Mhm.
I noticed it right away in this match.
In this match.
From start to finish, the way Kenny was acting throughout this match, it's like in the entire build to him trying to win this match, he's like, guys, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Like, I want to still prove that I can be champion again, but since he's won that belt back, he's been in his bag and he's been doing things more and more where he's just like, you, listen, I'll give you the match, but don't just show up and be like, well, Max offered me a Max, so I'm owed a match. Show up like you belong here. And that absolutely played out through this match because he was talking trash through him throughout. He's hitting him with the forearms like, give it to me. Come on, man. Where are you? Show up. Come on. Get up. And like, I'm like, yo.
I didn't expect to come into this match and Kenny was going to be talking so much shit if we're keeping it real. Feel like, because like the vibes coming into it, he was like, yeah, like you deserve this and I'm going to give it to you because I'm a nice guy. But like, are you going to be ready for the moment? And like all of the whole match, he was just like, are you ready, Kevin? What's up? Like, we're here now. Like,
Yeah.
can you compete with the top dogs?
And I love the story note here is it's not just that belt changes people and he was more arrogant here. It's just like, no, I made this mistake when I won the championship the first time of aligning with the guy that you're aligned with to get the shortcut to get it. There are no shortcuts in this, man. If you belong here, show me you belong in here. There's no Don. There's none of that stuff. Show me. If you're going to show me and you're going to show them, get to it. What are you doing? And so I thought that played out very well. Kevin's responses to it throughout, I thought worked well. It almost felt like Kevin was working from underneath because Kenny was suffocating this guy. He's smothering him at several points. He's beating down on him. There's a spot in the match where he comes off the rope and hits like this big power bomb off the ropes to him, comes right behind him, lands a knee, and then like the combo and the sequence of the moves, I was like, dog, get off of him. Like, chill out.
Dog, the knees in this match were disrespectful. Like I kept being like, don't like he's just a child. Like, what's going on? Like, you're trying to kill this man. Like, and the look in Kenny's eyes filled throughout it of like, I'm gonna kill this man because I have to. I have to show being world champion. This is what it takes. If you're in this, and also there's the storytelling element with Ospreay of like, dog, I know what you thought this was gonna be. Like, I think that promo from a few weeks ago where Ospreay was disrespectful to Kenny in the back, where he was just like, dog, what is this? Like, can you be world champion? Like, we're really trying to do this out here. I think Kenny felt disrespected in that moment.
His words at Beach Break before he went out there, and he was like, listen, man, you don't have to do this. I'm gonna win the match at All In. I'll give you a match. And it's just looking around like, I don't need you to give me nothing. I'm gonna go out there and beat Max and I'm gonna win. And it very much felt like there are parallels here as well with Ospreay and Kevin Knight, with Kevin Knight coming to the company as a junior heavyweight from New Japan, and like his ties. I mean, his first big pay-per-view match with this company was with Will Ospreay, and so there are a lot of ties here in how both Ospreay and Kenny have wanted to shepherd this New Japan guy in and show that this guy could be a big asset to his company. And Kenny in this match was just like, yeah, well, we're not just going to give it to you. You got to show us that you belong. And I thought that story and that dynamic worked really well here.
Yeah, great kind of, like you said, Jet fighting from behind, trying to do his style of offense to catch Kenny off guard, coming with the different lariats from different angles, jumping high as hell to try to get around Kenny in moments. And really, at a moment, you felt like he was in control, but then Kenny just like I said, there was a look in his eyes where like he felt like a demon. Like whatever the Super Saiyan version of Kenny Omega is, he was that last night. There was when he's just looking at Jet and Jet's just like, this is my fate, I guess. And he's just knees through Jet, and Jet, the bumps in this match off of that Jet took off of the power bomb off the top rope, and the knees were incredible. Like the performance I thought Jet needed to have, he exceeded that.
I thought that he sold really well in this match as
He
well. Like
did.
his
Yeah.
sell of that table bump on the outside, I thought was
Hmm.
good. Like you said, that power bomb off the ropes, and then it like immediately followed it up with that knee to the back of his neck. I was like,
Ragdoll.
oh my god. Kevin at one point tried to do that clothesline he does where he jumps straight up and comes down into the clothesline, and he jumps straight up, and Kenny meets him in midair and hits
He
him with
died.
the V trigger. I was like, oh my god.
I don't know what Kenny was on, but he was on something. Like he had a point to prove, I think, to Max, to Osprey, to Jet, to the fans, to AEW brass. Like he was just like, this felt like, I think you guys forgot who I am. I could still be this guy at any moment, especially when I'm world champion.
Yeah, I really liked this match. I thought this was a really great main event. I thought that this capped off the show well. It
Tight
really
ass
brought
match.
everything together. I thought the last two matches in particular really brought everything back together after the middle of the show dragged.
Yep.
And like I said, I thought Kenny looked like Kenny here. He looked like every bit the Kenny that you want him to look like going into his first All In main event. And like I said, Kevin showed he belonged here. I was really impressed with him. I was really excited for him to get this moment on this main event, and to see that on the show where two black women won championships, and then he headlined the show as TNT champion going against Kenny Omega for the world championship. That was really
Fire.
cool, man. Say whatever you want about this pay per view and it being underwhelming in comparison to all other AEW pay per views this year. It did have great moments.
Absolutely. And seeing Jet in there and succeed and do exactly what he needed to do and show that he's belong. And this match is going to play into the eventual world title win of, we're going to look back and be like, man, remember when you challenged Kenny and you were not ready? And he's going to immediately be ready here pretty soon. Like, great performance from Jet. Great moment against Kenny Omega. Kenny made me, I was excited about the all-in match because it's going to be Kenny and Osprey, but this match made me feel like, oh my god, they're about to lock into something insane next month.
Yes. Obviously, Kenny Omega picked up the win to
Mm-hmm.
remain AEW World Champion. And immediately after, the Death Riders came in and jumped Kenny Omega. And as soon as it was happening, I was like, I told you guys on the show on Saturday, they were going to try and do something to this guy because Moxley has been lurking around this entire time. And I thought commentary was great here because commentary picked up a great note that I didn't even notice because Kenny is having the interview outside. I can't remember if it was this week or last week. And Darby's like, "What are you doing? You can't appeal to Kevin Knight, man. Some people just are who they are. You can't change them." And Mox shows up and he was like, "Yep. Doesn't matter how much you try to change. You are who you are." And all this time, I thought he was saying, "No, Kenny cannot be trusted." Mox was saying, it doesn't matter how much I've changed as Continental Champion. It doesn't matter everything I've been doing for the past few weeks, looking like this big baby face. I am who I am. I haven't changed. And I thought that immediately when the Death Riders are coming out and they're all swarming down to the ring and attacking Kenny, and he's like sauntering down there like a big super villain, just letting his goons beat down on this guy. I was like, he's back. Death Rider Mox is back in full effect, and
he just something about Kenny Omega, I think, that really
hates
just
him.
grinds his gears, man. He hates Kenny Omega.
Hates him. And so never trusted Kenny. Never liked this guy from day one. I keep saying he debuted and put this guy through the big stack of chips at Double or Nothing. Soon as he saw this guy, nah, I don't like you from jump. And so don't like the Elite, don't trust the Elite. That played into their tag match. And so the Bucks come down, try to help Kenny. They're immediately dispatched and they're beating down Kenny. That's when we get Osprey coming down. Gets a great reaction when he comes down. And the Death Riders are just like, yeah, right on time. Like let's finish this guy off. And so
I love how Yuta kept trying to be like, "All right, come over here. Let's talk about it over here. Will come back here real quick.
Great.
We'll talk about it."
Bro, great callback because of course when the Death Riders came out initially and jumped Bryan Danielson, Yuta was in this spot. He's like, "What are you guys doing? Like,
Mhm.
that's Brian. We
Yep.
can't do this." And then Pac hugs him. He's like, "It's okay. It's okay." And then that's when, of course, they put the bag on Brian's head, infamously. And now Yuta is fully indoctrinated in. He goes to Osprey, hugs him. He's like, "It's okay. It's okay." And the whole time he's winking behind the back, like, "Finish it."
Do
Uh,
it.
they put the chair on Kenny's neck, and obviously that's a big part of why Osprey had second thoughts here as well, because he just went through all of this with a neck injury. He was on the shelf because of this. His career was almost taken away from him, and he's just like, "No, we can't do this. Like, we're better than this. Like, stop." And that's really been a theme with him throughout this entire year, not just with the Death Riders, but with United Empire in Japan. He's like, "Bro, what are we doing? We don't have to win this way." And so, yeah, they don't put the chair. They pull the chair away. Mox comes with the bag, and the way Osprey's trying to sell it is kind of hokey. But I
A little bit.
listen, I liked it.
Mhm.
He's standing there shaking with the bag because, again, the thing that changed Osprey, the thing that changed him from the assassin he was when he came into this company, dumping people on their neck with the Tiger Driver, is when he saw what that did to Brian Danielson. And
Mhm.
then when he saw what these guys did to Brian Danielson on the way out, that's what firmly put him against the Death Riders. So now he's completely full circle. He's standing there with the bag, and he's like, "No, this isn't me." And then he snaps out of it, rips the bag in half, finally attacks Mox, turns on Mox, gets a great reaction. Not quite the reaction I think that they wanted,
Mm.
but it did get a good reaction. Um, they run the Death Riders off. It looks like we're gonna get the happy ending. The graphic is officially up now. Kenny versus Osprey at All In. They shake hands. We think the night is over. Osprey gets on the top rope, and as soon as he gets on that top rope, Kenny grabs him from behind, hits him with a one-winged angel, which is a great callback to the way Kenny Omega turned on AJ Styles and
Mhm.
took over the Bullet Club. Even the way Osprey is laying down and Kenny standing in front of him, and the Bucks come out and they do their
Mhm.
pose next to Kenny is exactly the same as it looked when he turned on AJ. All great stuff. All made perfect sense. As I said Saturday, you needed to get Mox out of Osprey's corner because Osprey needs to be a definitive babyface going into All In. There can
Yep.
be no doubt. He cannot be a
Mhm.
tweener. He cannot be. There cannot be any doubt that he's going to turn heel or if he's going to do something. No, the Death Rider stuff was always leading to the split. You can't have the two of these guys together at All In. So I
Mhm.
thought this made perfect sense. I don't think Mox is going to go away. I definitely think there's a good chance we get Mox versus Kenny before All In or something.
Absolutely. Something
Uh,
like that. They're gonna tell some kind of story. I thought that could potentially be the redemption match, and but I'm happy
yeah,
that they went with Jet. But yeah, Mox, great storytelling from both sides. I think of Osprey having still kind of because there was moments where I was like Osprey could hit Kenny with the chair before this is all over and still be down with the Death Riders, but really fully getting the Death Riders out of there. And then Kenny understands the assignment too, I think, Philip. Like he knows that he has to play a part too. He can't go in two big baby faces. So I like him hitting the one winged angel. The Bucks come in and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he's like, "Yo, I had to, man. Like this is what it was. He had that bag. I don't know what this was. Like this is what had to happen. Just trust me."
well, the thing is, I've seen people say that this was a heel turn for Kenny. I didn't see it that way. I think that Kenny was right because Kenny's looking around like, wait a minute. You saw what this did to Brian. We don't have Brian now because I told you from the beginning to not go over there and align with those guys. You wouldn't listen to me, and now look where you are. And now you were about to put that bag on my head. Nah, stop playing with me, dog. Like I've been telling you about this dude, and you wouldn't listen to me. And
Mm-hmm.
I love also that the small note here is Mox was right about all of this because as soon as he turned his back on Kenny, Kenny hit him with that one winged angel. And now it echoes everything that Moxley told him in the middle of the night. Like, bro, I told you, none of these guys are your friends. If you're going to go and be the world champion, if you're going to be the ace of this company, you cannot be trying to be friends. You cannot hesitate. You got to do everything it takes to stand in that spot. It's the same thing Swerve told him 2 years ago. You can't be friends. You can't be playing around. If you're going to be the guy, then you got to take it. And Kenny knows that. Kenny knows that not just because of his history with this company. He knows that as a member of the Bullet Club. He knows that as a guy that's been IWGP heavyweight champion and everything he had to do to beat Okada. He knows. And the other great note about this, because again, I don't think this is a heel turn. Kenny has said before, don't hesitate. And if you hesitate, then I already know what it is. I'm not going to be waiting for you to do it again. Now I know what time it is. You hesitated. If it was just you didn't want to do it, just say you didn't want to do it. You hesitated. There wasn't nothing to think about. You were going to put the bag on my head?
Yeah. It was some time of Kenny waiting to see if the bag was going to be put on his head, and that's because Ospreay was like, should I do it? What you mean, should you do it?
There was nothing to hesitate. You were going to put the bag on my head or what? Like, it don't matter if you didn't do it. You hesitated. Like, nah, And he's been there because he was in the Bullet Club. You had to keep your head on a swivel. If you turned your back, Cody Rhodes can try to take your spot like Cody Rhodes tried to do, or the Tongans can kick you out of the group like they did. He knows what time it is. He knows what's up because he's been in the spot. He's been at the top of the top. He knows. Ospreay still don't get it, and that's what Box has been trying to tell him. Like, dude, you can't hesitate, man. You got to do what needs to be done.
So everybody's still they're both teaching Ospreay lessons, and is he going to listen to? Is he going to hear? That's the story going into All In. Are these lessons going to really stick?
A little overwrought, but I thought that this was a good end to the show. I thought that this was a great way to continue to build the main event for All In. I really like this as an ending of the show. Again, took us a minute to get there, but we did get there.
They slow walked the dog, but I think that the pinnacle of where we need to get Ospreay at All In is the way to get to it.
Yes. Appreciate you guys for pulling up as always for this review. We got a few more super chats. Last call, get them super chats in. That is the best way to get your chat read on the stream. We got 2 more, I believe, from Leonard. He says, "Oh, at least we forget. Kenny been janky as fuck. Kenny turned on AJ out of the blue. He turned on Coda, left Page to go solo. Say what you will about Mox. He knows fake when he sees it. No, that's a good point, but I think the other thing is he didn't turn on AJ out of the blue. That was the way to step up in Bullet Club. That was the trajectory with that. Bro, ain't no honor amongst thieves.
Right.
They were heels. Like, yo, your time is up. You had it. You're going to have this nice farewell moment at Wrestle Kingdom with Shinsuke Nakamura? Hey, that's cool. That was a nice moment. Get out of here. It's my time now.
Good on you. See ya, brother.
head to WWE or whatever the hell you're going to do. But get the fuck out of here. Like, bro, it happens to everybody that is a Bullet Club leader. Nobody in that group did not go out on their back.
Mm-hmm.
Other than maybe Jay White, he didn't get jumped out, and that's why he still has claim to leadership of Bullet Club. But almost everybody else got jumped out of the group. Mm-hmm. Finn got jumped out of the group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It happened to Kenny. Kenny got jumped out.
So if anybody would know, he would know.
Yeah, no. And, bro, the stuff with him and Hangman, it's like, dog, I don't know what your issue is. You're having drinking issues. You're like, oh, what's going on? Hey, man, I know what I was supposed to be when I got here. This was fun. We had this tag team, but I'm about to go and become world champion because that's where I was always supposed to stand. Mm-hmm. You figure out whatever you're going to do and meet me where I'm at.
Right.
Dakota stuff is, listen.
The time and the place.
Listen, man, it's just time and the place. But yeah, Kenny knows what time it is. But also, Moxley Moxley had some points. Moxley's just like you can't trust anybody, and he's right. He's right. And I thought it was funny as well when the Bucks are like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Yeah, what? Get down and lay down," basically. And he's like, "Yeah, listen, man, you know what time it is. We with you. We're not with the Death Riders." He sided with the Death Riders. And again, it's not like Ospreay was innocent in all this. You joined the Death Riders. You joined the gang, dog. You can't just be like, "Hey, man, what's wrong? I tried to stop them from killing you. You were still with them."
Pretty proudly too. Like he came out during the entrance, he was giving it up. So
bro, you had their
arena and shit. He was doing all kind of shit.
You had their patch on. You came out through the crowd with them. You were in. Yeah. You can't then be like, "Oh, well, I didn't want to hurt anybody." Dog, you know what time it was. You know what they did to you. Mm-hmm. And that's gonna come back to bite him again because that United Empire story. They're gonna be looking around like, "I told you." It ain't just what Kenny told you. No, we told you about them. Mm-hmm. So here we go. We got one more super chat here from Leonard. He says, Ospreay is a man without a country right now. United Empire, more so Callum, doesn't rock with him like they used to. Death Riders helped him and have played it straight with him. The Elite will not stall him out. Absolutely. And that should be the case.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that was going to be the best story coming into this is Ospreay being alone and really like, how's he going to overcome all this adversity? The Elite's against him. Death Riders are essentially against him. United Empire is a question mark. Like he had to have everything going because they had to tell a different story than when he first came in. Like he could have won the championship just off momentum and all that. But now he's had this injury and had to come back and mess with the Death Rider. So it's like they have to add all these story elements in to really make him the biggest baby face in the company.
I like it. I mean, it has been convoluted. And I can understand people that are like, this is cool to them. But I do like that they didn't just have him come straight back and be this dominant baby face and just beat everybody and have this easy path back. I think, him having to go to the Death Riders and train and change his style and develop a new style of wrestling with them and grow as a performer and then having to continue to learn these lessons. And then on top of that, there'll be consequences for everything. Mm-hmm. It's not just he's going to win it all in a month and all of this goes away. Because again, you still got the stuff with United Empire looming. You still got potentially stuff with Hangman. You still got stuff with Swerve potentially. Mm-hmm. You've got a lot that you can play off of with Ospreay, and I think that's what you would want, especially if you're going to put the world title on him. Not just put him up there and you're going to have the matches, but now you've got good storylines you can have with him.
Right. Gonna connect a lot of things when Ospreay does win the championship.
Yeah. We got one more super chat. Appreciate you guys. He says, Kenny isn't going to just give you this title. Will has been telling him that he doesn't think he has it anymore. Will was thinking, or at least implying, Kenny was beatable. Kenny won't stand for that. Absolutely. And I think that's, again, that belt changes people. It's not just, he was feeling his mortality. He was feeling his frailty to a degree. And then he won that belt. And it's just like, oh, wait. Don't get confused. Mm-hmm. I'm still everything I said I was, and that's why I'm holding this belt. And that should be the case. And I think it is the right move to have. If anybody's going to lean heelish in the match, it should be Kenny Omega because this is Ospreay's home country. Ospreay's going to get cheered. Kenny's going to get cheered too, but at least you have the dynamic now where he could work heelish in the match, and that's going to help.
And I do also kind of like this story element of last time Kenny Omega was AEW World Champion, he was the most arrogant, biggest. He was trying to be that guy wearing sunglasses and suits. I do like every time he becomes World Champion, he like turns into this different being and like people are just like, what is up with him? And he's just like, as champion, dog, I can't control it. This is who I am.
Yeah. Dark Elite Eric says, Will Ospreay trying to cancel that subscription after the 7-day trial. Hey, dog. Hey, man. I seen that site on your credit card bill, dog. Yep. What's that?
Yep.
I thought I canceled it in time. No. Nope. I see it. I see that little blip.
You can't just say I'm out of the gang. That's not how gangs work. You can't.
You can't.
Nope.
You can't.
Nope. Don't want to.
You can't false flag, buddy. You cannot
Can't.
come in and half step, dog. You can't have one foot in and then be like, "Hey, man, I thought we were just having a social club." No, that's not, bro. They're called the Death Riders.
I just thought we were training, doing some jujitsu in the back. Nah, dog. We trying to kill people out here.
I thought we were just a social club. Nah, dog. That's not what this is.
Thought we just really we bonded over dark rooms in the back of arenas.
Yeah, no, and I think Mox is looking around like, look, I like you, but don't get confused. Don't get confused, because I ain't confused here. I know what we do. I've been telling you what we do.
Well, I also like that element too. If Mox has been saying don't trust anybody, and including us too, because we'll finish you off if we need to.
Yeah, and the other great thing is I love that it's not just a callback to bring the bag out. It's not one of those like, oh, they're doing this again. No, this is his same point about Brian. We're gonna give this guy a retirement style match. We're giving this guy a world championship like it's a watch for him to retire on. This guy ain't the guy no more. He had to go away all that time and have surgery. No, man, this is not his spot. It should be a younger guy spot. I've been building the guy that's going to take that spot, and we're going to celebrate this guy on his way out. We did that before. We did that for Brian, and look how that ended. Like, no, get this dude up out of here.
And it's probably super frustrating for Mox because he's like, I'm not even saying for me. I'm saying for you, dog. And you're acting like this. Like, I'm not even saying I want to be world champion and we need to follow me. I'm saying we need to be following you because you're the future of this company and you're still trying to high five and be friends.
Exactly. It's not just that I'm trying to get this guy out of the way just because I don't like him. I'm trying to clear the way because that's supposed to be your spot. I've been grooming you for that spot, and now you trying to act like you don't want to take it. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Because like he said backstage, this ain't just about a match. This ain't just about me and Kenny. No, this is about this company. You're supposed to be the guy for this company. It's not Kenny. It's you. Now, you willing to take it or not? Or are you going to be everybody's friend? Because you can't be everybody's friend.
Moxley acting like a black mom. You can't be everybody's friend. Everybody ain't your little friend.
Bro, the episode of Atlanta where he's like, you having fun? You dancing? They all laughing? They will kill you. They will kill you. You having fun? They all laughing, right? No, dance some more.
Osprey, better watch that episode.
Bro, they will kill you. And look, he's right. Mox is right.
Yeah.
It's just wrong messenger, but he is right. The last one we have from Leonard, he says, Mox is going to let Osprey learn from this because Will still has to go over to Japan, and odds are they're going to stomp him out. Callum's done with this dude. Mox is going to be there to be like, see, they are absolutely going to stomp him out next time he goes to Japan, guys.
Especially if he's going to be like, hey, friend, save me. I'm sorry for what I did. Nah, we ain't doing none of that.
I do wonder where Callum versus Osprey is going to happen. The idea that Osprey could be the first AEW World Champion to defend the belt at Wrestle Kingdom is a lot of fun. And if that's the match for Wrestle Kingdom, I would be for that.
That's fire.
Callum has been on a run in the G1, guys. If you have not been watching, he's been having great matches. Had a great match with Zack Sabre Jr., had a really good one with Yuya Uemura to open the tournament as well. He's at the top of his game. I think all of those allegations of him being a Will Ospreay cosplayer are officially done. We can officially move on from that. This guy is a legitimately great wrestler. So very much looking forward to that matchup down the line.
Absolutely.
That looks like that's all of our super chats. Again, appreciate you guys for pulling up on a Monday with us. Not the strongest AEW pay-per-view this year, but I did, enjoy moments from it. It did have its highlights. I hope people enjoyed it. Don't spend your time arguing with people that didn't like it or arguing with people that liked it more than you. Not really worth your time. Watch the wrestling you like and just move on with your day. It's okay.
Absolutely. If you liked it, that's what matters. If you liked all that Jericho stuff, if this show was a 10 out of 10 for you, that's great.
Yes. But you know what it is? This has been Grapsody. We'll be back on Saturday at our usual time slot, noon Eastern, on Fightful's YouTube channel. Until then, we're out.
Peace.